what's going on, guys? I'm gonna take you through my morning routine. We just jumped off the treadmill with fasted cardio, got a shower, fed the dogs, and now it's time to eat. So I'm gonna take you through a normal breakfast for me on prep, and let's kick this thing off. My dog loves carrots, so she gets a carrot. First thing I do when I come in or get ready, I get my coffee made. I don't drink coffee until about an hour and a half to 2 hours after I've already been up. I try to get water in. So what I do is I use a soda stream. And I get this going. I have kombucha. We do about 70 milliliters of that. This bubbly water. Just give this a little swirl. That was kind of a lot of a swirl. Another thing that I do before I take my pills or with my pills in the morning is I make this shake every night. This is the first thing that I drink usually after cardio, and it's basically just a mixture of Revive's GI Plus, greens, turmeric, cinnamon, glutamine, and MSM, which MSM is an amazing product. MSM is great not only for anti-inflammatory, but it also helps with immune system. So I mix all that up in here. There's a lemon wedge, apple cider vinegar. Again, the name of the game is anti-inflammation and gut health. And then I take that with my vitamins for the day. And so we have kidney, liver, multivitamin, D3, and just some other vitamins. And then of course, fish oil. I usually do 3 caps. And down the hatch that goes. For breakfast, I do the same thing every single day. Isernio's chicken sausage, 3 ounces is about 13 to 15 grams of protein. 2 farm fresh eggs. Just took these out of the chicken's butts from down at the end of the shop. And then we do 6 ounces of egg whites. We'll chop up some cucumber, and then we will add in some spinach and some mushrooms. So this is my breakfast almost every single morning. This is the routine that I go through. My other go-to seasoning is this Kingsford garlic and herb. And of course, our pink sea salt. Get into this. Then anytime you're measuring out food, always put the food on the scale. We're gonna cut up our cucumber. This I don't really measure out because there's virtually nothing in it, but I usually just cut about 5 or 6 rounds, slice those in half, so I quarter them and then slice them in half again. Add those to our pan. Then we go mushrooms, spinach. So 85 grams of spinach is all of 20 calories. There are 3 servings in here, and this usually lasts us about a week. So that just goes to show how much 85 grams of spinach is. I usually just do 1 big handful. We're just gonna break this chicken sausage up a little bit. Not much. Don't add any seasoning until the end. Adding seasoning at the beginning, the salt, will actually pull a lot of the moisture out of the food. So you end up with either eggs sticking really bad to the pan or just a drier consistency. So we pull that out. I forgot to mention kimchi, game changer. So really good for your gut health. Something that I use with almost every single meal. All right, so while we're waiting for that to kind of cook, I'm gonna get a lot of this stuff put up. I'm gonna sip on my water. Usually I try to get the water down. It's only 16 ounces. We're gonna let this cook up. I'm gonna clean this up, and then we will be back in just a second. All right, so did my check-ins today. I am actually at a fairly new low, 199. We're about 12 days out. We can add in our 6 ounces of egg whites. We'll add that in, just cook up for a minute. I don't mind eating the same thing every single day. My wife absolutely hates it, so for her, variety is key. But there's a lot of different ways that you can take the same macros and mix them up. So sometimes what I'll do is, it sounds really weird, but I will do just a 3-ounce chicken sausage patty, and then I'll do 10 ounces of egg whites that I'll make into an omelet. But I use cinnamon and a little bit of almond butter for my fat sources. And it's kind of just like a sweet treat because the egg whites in and of themselves don't really have any flavor. So when you add the cinnamon to it and then the peanut butter, it actually tastes really good. And then I have the chicken sausage off to the side. So it's the same macros, same volume of food, just created a little bit different, and it helps curb that sweet tooth when I want something that's maybe not quite as savory. So finding different ways to utilize your macros is really the true, like, if it fits your macros. It's not the Pop-Tarts, it's not the chips, it's not subbing out whole foods for junk. I've never been a fan of that when it comes to the if it fits your macros. I've always just been a fan of being able to interchange whole food options with other whole food options. Yes, you can substitute a Pop-Tart in place of a sweet potato for your carbohydrates. However, your body is going to utilize a sweet potato far different than it is going to utilize a Pop-Tart. The amount of crap that's in a Pop-Tart, and there's a time and a place, don't get me wrong, I love Pop-Tarts, I love all sorts of, you know, the sweet treats and things like that. And there's a time and a place, but to think that you're going to get the same amount of nutrition out of that Pop-Tart just because it's 40 grams of carbs than you will your sweet potato because it's also 40 grams of carbs is just not the case. So put whole foods in your body. If you want to have a Pop-Tart, then mix it in there, you know, throw it in. It's not going to kill you every once in a while, but don't think that you can consistently interchange some of those foods for whole food options and have the same results. So our eggs are just about done. So from here, just mix it up. A little scrape just so I have a section where we can add our 2 eggs. So we're gonna get 2 whole eggs in there. And on these, I usually just cook them over easy, and then I like to lay them over the top, just so the yolk is a little bit runny. So we'll get those eggs cooked up, and then we'll sit down and eat. All right, time to get these guys off. Maybe. Herein lies the real test, is getting the eggs off. Without ruining the yolks. They just need to cook a little bit longer. Let me know in the comments, are you team green sauce or team red sauce, whether it's sriracha or whether it is Tabasco. I love both, but when it comes to breakfast, when it comes to eggs, hands down, team green sauce all the way. This is what I do every morning in prep, and hopefully you guys get something out of this. This is a great meal. If you have any questions, let me know. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I will catch you guys later.